Hey guys, welcome back. So, since last week I touched on my favorite memories of episode 1, I thought I would continue the series and today talk about my favorite memories going to see episode 2. For those of you who do not remember the period between prequels and original trilogy movies, it was 3 years. We've gotten spoiled with the Disney era having a new Star Wars movie every single year. And so it's probably hard to imagine 3 years without a Star Wars movie. And these were the episodic movies. So the wait between episodes 1 and 2 did not seem that long. Probably because we were pretty busy then. As kids, of course, were doing schoolwork and participating in church activities. And then 2001 happened, and I like to call 2001 the year that everything happened. Dad got into a car crash, found out he had sleep apnea and needed a CPAP machine to help him breathe at night. Lost his driving privileges for, I think, it was an entire year, so Mom was driving everybody back and forth. We ended up meeting people who, let's just say if I could go back in time and change one thing, it would be not meeting them. Yeah, it was that bad. Also, of course, September 11th happened in 2001, and then it was like the world stopped. Of course, the anticipation for this one was not as great, although I do remember seeing the teaser trailers and the TV spots in the weeks leading up to the release, especially the ones that had the theme from the Droid Factory that goes rum bum 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 rum bum 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 bum, and it highlighted the different characters and profession Jedi Knight or profession scoundrel or profession senator, and it was highlighting the action bits of it. 2002 just seemed to arrive incredibly fast, and like I said, in the craziness after 9/11. And then, of course, the Olympics that happened in 2002, Salt Lake City. One of my favorite Olympics, even though it was a little bit crazy when it came to figure skating. We won't get into that. Yeah, between 9/11 and then the Olympics, I sort of forgot about episode 2 up until February or something when the first teaser was released, or we saw a trailer. Anyway, mostly what we saw was TV spots because we couldn't really do much downloading. We get into episode 2 about the same, about a week to 1 to 2 weeks after its initial release. The lines were still wrapping around the blog, and I do remember that way more people were lining up to see Spider-Man than episode 2. Spider-Man basically beat the socks off of it. I don't remember whether we got popcorn or whether we smuggled in our own snacks. Yeah, we rarely got theater popcorn because it was expensive, and we would get like theater box candy from a grocery store and then smuggle it in. Yes, I admit it. We are theater food smugglers because we cannot afford the concession prices. But I swear, since we live in a small town now and the theaters are not run by big corporations, they're family owned, I will definitely be paying for the concessions. We're not taking anything in at all. So, episode 2 opens and we're kind of like, separatist movement, Count Dooku. Dooku, what's Dooku? A little bit confused, and right off the bat, as soon as they get to Coruscant, like seconds after they land, the whole ship goes bluey, and we're like, oh my gosh, did they kill Padme off like that quickly? We're like, wait a minute, she hasn't had Luke or Leia yet, because by then, of course, we figured out with the romance angle that Padme was going to be the mother of Luke and Leia, but that threw everybody for a loop. It was just action, pow, right off the bat. Of course, there was the wooden dialogue, even though I didn't notice at that point, and there was the acting was definitely not Oscar quality, I'll put it that way. Hey, Mr. Jealous. Of course, the mystery of the clones and who in the heck Sifo Dyas was, that was very, very interesting and very intriguing, and we didn't really know what was going to happen. We went into it fresh, and it was pretty cool. we really, really enjoyed it. And everybody's like, wow, that was great. We absolutely loved the movie. Dad was like, whoa, that was better than the other one. But it was sort of especially that last battle, oh my gosh. The end battle, the beginning of the Clone Wars was something else. At the end, it left everybody feeling like, oh shoot, some serious poodoo's about to go down now. It left like kind of like a feeling of foreboding. We could see that the clone troopers were going to wind up, oh my gosh, those are stormtroopers! That brought my addiction to its fullest point after episode 2. When we got the tape, because we still didn't have a DVD player yet, I must have watched that thing about, oh my gosh, endless times. I went hog wild. It was then I finally jumped on some Star Wars speculation sites. I was joining message boards. I was mostly lurking on message boards to read them without really joining up. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. To this day, I still know most of episode 2 verbatim. And looking back on it years later, I do agree that the acting was definitely not as good as it could be, but the number one problem with episode 2 is definitely in the dialogue. It could have been much better, and also Hayden Christensen, he's got a very unusual delivery. It's just the way he talks. And throw that together with some dialogue that's sort of iffy, and I can see why somebody would think he's not a very good actor, but kudos to him for not, giving into any of the pressure. To this day, he speaks of his time on Star Wars with fond memories. He had a blast. He loved it. There is some speculation as to whether or not he's going to be showing up as a Force ghost in episode 9, which I think would be awesome. But anyway, yeah, those are my memories of seeing Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, in the theater. It's one of those movies I don't watch very often. Sometimes to mix things up, I will watch it in a foreign language. Watching Episode 2 in French is really fun. It is really, really fun. It almost makes the acting better, if that makes any sense. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more G-rated Star Wars content, go ahead and click that little subscription button down below. Don't forget to check out the links in the description box for information on how you can help keep the Clumsy Jedi channel going. Question of the day. Do you remember seeing episode 2 in the theater, and what were your initial thoughts on it? I don't mean with repeat viewings. I mean your first initial thoughts coming right out of the theater from seeing episode 2. How did you feel about it? Were you excited right off the bat? You're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see episode 3 now. Go ahead and post a comment. But again, as with episode 1, please, please, please keep things nice. Don't go bashing Hayden Christensen or Natalie Portman or George Lucas, okay? Any comments doing that will be deleted. If you just want to say, episode 2 is the worst Star Wars movie ever, you can go ahead and say that. But if it gets into bashing or profanity or any crude comments, they're going bye-bye, okay? But, until Saturday... But I'll see everybody next time, and until then, God bless, and may the Force be with you. Bye!